Hello, my computer duders. Just one moment. I'll be right with you. There we go. Where were we last time? On the last episode of Dragon Ball Z, Goku had just discovered that the show was called Dragon Balls. Like testicles. Excuse me. Shouldn't be open. That shouldn't be open. This game still doesn't work. The one we're playing does, but... that seems to work. Kinda, sorta. Where the fuck did my phone go? I hear it. I don't see it. Is it underneath this? No. It's coming from right in front of me, but I don't see it. Where the fuck is it? Oh, there it is. It's on the floor. What would I do without the phone finder feature? Alright, everything's squared away. Oh, that's the worst. Do you ever get some shit set up with your audio equipment where there's a feedback loop? It just gets louder and louder? Stuck in the echo continuum?
Sorry, there is nothing for me to resume.
Wasn't talking to you, robot. That's our future, is growing old surrounded by sassy robots. Alright, everything looks like it's correct. Audio's not coming through. It's weird. It should be. Sound not work. Let's try restarting the game. I say real because the super weapons are a lot of fun to use. But at least the base game is so stingy with the ammo that you kind of have to... You kind of have to carry one workhorse weapon also. Indeed, Pringus, in fact. You know, it's an undersold feature of ultra-wide monitors. Is that the bars, black bars to the right and left, if you have a game that doesn't support ultra-wide, are wide enough that you can fit a chat box and some other Twitch chat stuff into that space, and thus avoid having to have a second monitor. There are other reasons, just to do stuff off camera, not camera, stuff chat can't see on your other monitor. So there's still use cases for that, but the margins of a ultra wide monitor is, I guess, it delays having to invest in a second monitor, which I probably will at some point, frankly, because I guess being able to pull up images on fucking DeviantArt and fucked up shit will be funny without accidentally flashing something that's not safe for work. No, one big monitor for everything to rule them all. I'm not my father. I don't.
Squad, get to cover. Where should I go?
He sounds legit scared. I feel bad.
Hold your position. Roger. Squad, check in. Need reinforcements.
There are no words for how fucking cool and manly this would have made you feel at like 17 if you were that age when it came out. Tactical bullshit is just catnip to 17-year-olds. And I guess many men never grow out of that. Otherwise the Marines would not have... Or... Oh, fuck. That was suboptimal. I should not have had to reload at that exact point. This looks a lot like Penumbra, doesn't it? What I need to do, I need to find some way to mount a monitor mount to the shelving unit. I could really step up my stream if I had a second monitor. Then again, I couldn't monetize the stream because I would get copyright struck for everything we'd look at and listen to. It would just become one of those other novelty streams. Should I? I feel like... You want to be sure he's quadruple dead. Waste of grenades, though. Shame. I can't see shit. Better retreat. Complete with the leaning buttons. They're so smart. The AI is so good in this. Synchronicity being what it is. I actually saw Fear mentioned on Twitter the other day. People were appreciating its shotgun, and they're right to. What year does Fear take? That's a good question. It's got some of that weird faux futurism going on. Where it's supposed to, parts of it are supposed to be futuristic, but they still have like 2001 looking computers and phones. A lot of these games in the 2000s had that going on. Oh, links back to the starting area. I like when games do that. I could ask that. (2002). That's appropriate. Alright, that actually checks out. To be fair, there's a lot of stuff like that in history where nobody could have seen it coming unless they were an engineer. Or unless they read a lot of hard sci-fi. I was reading about wireless pocket computers in science fiction as far back as the 1950s. Asimov predicted pocket computers with phone capability. He just had a weird idea of what they would look like.
I made it. I'm at the hospital. Oh God. They're dead. They're all dead.
This actually took place in the past relative to when it came out. You don't see that very often.
They know you're coming. Be careful. They're hunting you.
Look at those water lights. Weirdly enough, only on that side of the room. Half-Life 2 vibes. This looks better than Half-Life 2, at least lighting does. I don't want to say the assets do. Don't kill me for saying Lithtech looks better than Source. This is the best Lithtech ever looked, also. But you should never do that. I know I'm, like, normally very pro-futurism. You should never, not even if it's not connected to the internet, you should never let any computing device directly interface with your brain. There's 1,000,001 ways that could go terribly wrong. Almost a significant percentage of which create time-dilated subjective hells. Your brain is not to be tampered with to that degree. I wrote a sci-fi horror story about that. About how a guy is a criminal who was supplied for human testing because the military wants a chip that would make soldiers sadistic and not empathetic when fighting. And there's an activist mole inside the company trying to sabotage it by activating the chip and letting the guy kill everybody else involved in the project. And just talks about how he just stops being himself and becomes this psychopath killing machine. But how traumatic it is when the chip chip starts to fail and his brain starts to reconnect itself and he becomes himself again after having blood on his hands, and he tries to shoot himself but he's out of bullets. You don't want that. You think you want that. You don't. At the very least, you don't want to be a Neuralink early adopter. If I had to guess at what Elon Musk is doing right now, I would say it's laying the groundwork for some kind of autocracy. I'm not one of those Musk bad people. I like what he's doing for the most part. Can't climb. Oh, there we go. But, it's very hard to settle space under democracy. Hackers, that's what could go wrong. Someone could fucking put meat spin in your brain if it isn't already 24/7. Maybe that's already what you think about. But it's much easier to sustain a multi-generational expensive project like space colonization if you don't have a democratic system. You don't have leadership change every 4 years. That's why China will probably beat us to it. I feel like what Musk is trying to do is lay the groundwork for a functionally autocratic system so that he can colonize Mars. Don't you laugh? That's no joke. It wouldn't be funny if it happened to you. That poor man's butthole never recovered.
Target spotted! Flashlight!
That is some lingering blood. I kind of find it charming that he's cringe. It makes him relatable to me as an autist. But I do think he plans to subvert democracy. I really think everything he's done makes perfect sense in light of having a single-minded drive to put colonies on Mars. That's hard to... You can't... There's no business case for doing that. That's a big money hole. In order to do that, you kind of have to be the richest man in the world. And if you need NASA's cooperation, then you also need to have the ear of the president to do it, which is what he has done. It's kind of hard to believe he's a real human being instead of some kind of Terminator sent back to achieve this outcome. I wrote a whole article about the incompatibility of democracy with frequent regime change and space settlement. He's acting a lot like he read it, or like it already occurred to him. Oh, nope. Well, that kills you. I feel like you'd be able to sneak around that. It really seems like it shouldn't be insurmountable. If it was anyone else, I'd be really scared at what he planned. But if you reverse engineer what he's done and why, you really have to do everything he has done so far in order to. It cannot be overstated how bad a financial deal space settlement is. You put trillions with a T, trillions of dollars into building structures on the surface of another planet, and you don't get any return for maybe centuries. The thing is, though, once there are people on Mars, it's like when white trash has a baby. It's like whatever your finances looked like before, there's a baby now. You got to figure something out. If you didn't abort it, then there's a baby. Everything else in your life has to now be recalculated to allow for feeding and clothing this little human. The same is true of Mars settlement. Once there are humans on Mars, if there's too many to easily bring them back, then even if SpaceX stopped existing, our government would be like, well, shit. We can't just let people die on another planet while everyone's watching. Something's got to be done. That's how you create a space economy, by fiat. Is you have to do something really unwise, and you have to force it to happen against all economic forces opposing it. Oh, it won't. I have to manually allow that. You know what I'm saying, though? When a poor couple has a baby, if they're stupid enough to, if they were not stupid, they would never have had the baby. It's a really bad financial choice. It's a huge commitment. It's going to be a huge drain on your finances for a long, long time before you see any kind of return. But if it's going to happen at all, you kind of just have to do it and not think about it until later and solve that problem. Cross that bridge when you come to it. You know what I mean? It's the same with Mars. Somebody has to force it to happen. Once it has happened, though, once there are people living on Mars, you have bootstrapped a Martian economy. Those people need things. And they can provide value by the virtue of being on another planet. So they can earn money by doing science for NASA. They can use that money to cover their survival needs. And then you can grow the economy from there. But starting it is the hard part. It cannot happen organically, is what I'm saying. It has to happen by act of either supreme foolishness. Yeah, daycare costs as much as rent. Almost. It's not far off.
Echo 9, report.
Which is one of the good actual arguments for church.
Call it, he got him.
NASA kind of did the same thing with the ISS. There isn't a market for commercial spaceflight of humans until you have someplace to send them to. That's one of the good arguments for government involvement in anything, is that it can't be done by private interests alone. There was never any business case for the ISS. It was an international cooperation exercise, and it was done for science. You would never have gotten investors to get in on that. It wouldn't have never gotten off the ground. But NASA just, by fiat, because that governments can do that, it's one of the only useful things they can do, is just unilaterally created the ISS, and suddenly there was a place to send spaceships to. That's just like that. There was a market for private spaceflight to offer taxi services to and from the ISS. The same will be true of Mars. Yeah, no, Mars fucking sucks. I've been asked about that. I would not want to live on Mars. I want to live underwater because that's where life is. I want to live closer to life, a denser life than on land, not further away from it. You would basically have to live out your entire life from now until you're dead inside of a maze. A maze comprised of interlocking airtight modules. It is reversal mermaid and male as well. Really think about how miserable that would be. It's like if you were ever to take revenge on a coworker in a violent way, it would feel awesome while you were doing it, but then the first day in jail you would still be in the afterglow. You'd still feel awesome. The first week in jail you'd be like, oh fuck, I really fucked up. First month in jail you'd be like, oh fuck, this is the rest of my life. Same goes for colonizing Mars. Like the first day you're on Mars, it'd be magical. It'd be, holy fuck, I'm on a different planet. Day 2, probably still, holy fuck, I'm on a different planet. First week, might be wearing off a little. First month, you might be like, what have I done? Never again to feel sand, the sand from a beach between your toes. Never again to feel wind on your face. Never again to go outside without a huge bulky suit and you can't really feel anything. Sub Samantha Roney, we're talking about how Elon Musk is subverting democracy in order to forcibly create a colony on Mars because there's no economic case for it. You would never get enough investors. And even the world's richest man probably can't do it alone. And we're also talking about how living on Mars would actually suck massively. Like a huge, veiny, hairy forest of redwood cocks. It would just fucking suck. Your whole life inside of a sterile series of metal corridors and chambers. I have always said that if you had to live in space, which is an absurd proposition, but if for some reason you had to, and you had a choice of ways to do it, you should much rather live in an O'Neill cylinder. Jeff Bezos has the right idea, and I never thought I would say that. If you want to see firsthand why that's the case, go check out Island 4 or 3, I forget which, by A_Asagiri on VRChat. It is a 1-to-1 scale replication of a O'Neill cylinder with an entire 100% traversable interior. What you get in an O'Neill cylinder that you don't get in a Mars colony is open area. Well, you learn as you go, Samantha. I'm sure you'll figure it out. You got a good brain. But anyway, in an O'Neill cylinder, you have the sky, depending on the diameter. You might even have clouds. It's not like a Mars colony where you're cooped up in a series of tunnels, basically, and rooms. Living in an O'Neill cylinder is not that different from living on Earth. You have one normal gravity. You can walk around outside, quote in quotes, with no spacesuit. You can have large natural spaces with grass and trees. It's different in the ocean. In the ocean, you can go outside and swim with just the scuba gear. If it's in tropical water, you don't even need a wetsuit. You can feel the water on your skin. I can directly touch things with my hands. If Mars was warm enough and the pressure was not different from Earth, even if the air was unbreathable, if all you had to do to go outside on Mars was wear a respirator, I would be singing a totally different tune. It's just the insulation from everything and being cooped up all the time. In an underwater habitat, the habitat's mostly just where you sleep and eat and shit. You spend most of your time out in the water swimming around doing science. You're not cut off from life. You're immersed in living things. You're surrounded by some of the most beautiful ecosystems on Earth. Dude Weed Lamau. As someone who has been underwater on many an occasion, in submersibles, submarines, and diving helmet and scuba gear, I think they'll be very dependent upon VR in whatever form it takes by that time. I think Mars will be an extremely depressing place to live once you get over the novelty. There's also AI, Samantha Roney. That seems like something AI should be able to code. Any particular reason for this project? It sounds like a Flipper Zero without 90% of the functionality. I want a Flipper Zero, but I wonder how hard they are to get now. There's also better devices nowadays. Oh, we got Superman. Fair enough. I've got a project I'm working on. I can't talk about it on Twitch, though. It's pretty damn cool. I would like to, but I'm not going to. Oh, that was his Superman's. I know me as Superman when I see him. They look like naked albino elderly men. Don't ask me how I know, what experience I know that from. Damn, this lighting still looks so fucking good. Look at how good this lighting still looks. Not all of it's stencil shadows. It's a mixture of stencil and projection mapping, which I know how to do in Maya. Or I used to know how to do it when I thought I was going to make video games.
Quiet down.
Brutal. Lithtech was always such a joke, though, back in the day. I think even Penny Arcade ripped on it. It was such a shit engine. To think that it came this far before they gave up on it. It's like, it is a penumbra with guns. Which I may have already said, but it's what it looks like. E-ink would be the way to go for that. Especially if you put a calculator's solar panel on the rear to recharge the battery. Oh! That's gotta hurt. Could I have kicked him? I want to try to kick him.
What's your status? I need backup. Sighted.
Nope, he heard me. I have to sneak up on him.
What's your status? Need reinforcements.
Nope. Or what if I use my time powers? Sounds like a fun project. I guess I just can't do it. Oh, Chucky Chicken Surprise. Makes me hungry. It's more like beef or long pork. Oh. What? How long till we send a Tesla bot to Mars, by the way? Frankly, that seems like the obvious thing to do before we send humans.
The commander wants those charges primed and ready. Get those charges planted. The target is on his way. Oh shit!
What if I'd let him plant all the charges? I see more of them up ahead. This is not... Why am I walking towards them? It seems...
Reporting. Charges are in place. Roger, Baker 3. Detonate the charges. Copy that. Detonating charges.
Damn, that laser gun's fucking lit. It is really overpowered. That's not a complaint. Wish I hadn't used all of it up, though. I might have use for this in a bit. This is the best thing, not the best thing, this is the closest thing you get to a sniper rifle, and it really sucks because it has kickback. Or has recoil and it shoots multiple bullets. Full color will eat too much batteries. You might be fucking bitching. It's a flexible e-ink slap bracelet smartwatch. Go ahead and take that idea. Glad I checked in here. Should probably check the other one too. Oh shit. Oh, jackpot, jackpot, jackpot. I had to shoot him using a shadow as a guide. That was kind of cool. I see why the Fear Shotgun gets so much love. I didn't pay my fare. I'm a bad boy.
Oh, hi. I, didn't know it was you. Listen, you owe me. You wouldn't have gotten out of Origin without me. You know that, right? You wait right there. I'll come around and open the door. But you gotta promise me you'll take me with you. You using the grenade launcher? No, wait, I want the plasma rifle. How about the minigun? No? Goodbye.
What thread? There was a thread? That's alarming. Should I be worried? Can I use the microwave? Is this like Half-Life? Boo! I can't explode somebody's lunch. That's a step backwards in gaming technology.
Suppressing fire! Team, get to cover!
Nope. Alright, there's actually several of them left. It was unwise of me.
Watch out, grenade! Did you hear that? Hostile!
That was a waste. Had I known where it was. Oh, here comes Superman's. Did I kill the big Chungus? Sorry for saying Chungus in this year of our Lord 2025. Got another minigun. That's the one lone skinny, narrow, meager upside to fighting those fuckers. They already had a really overpowered armored soldier in the first one, and they're like, you know what? That wasn't difficult enough to deal with. This was a 2005 game. This exceeds Doom 3 in some areas. Doom 3 had every surface bump mapped or normal mapped, and this doesn't have that, but it has specular. It has per pixel lighting, and it has stencil shadows on some objects. And I think environmental shadows are more often accomplished using projection maps. This is technically an evolution of the same engine behind like Shogo and No One Lives Forever. That's a dirty, rotten trick, and you know it.
Contact! Take cover! Cover fire!
Nope. All right, I need to plan more carefully before I go in there. Oh, it's one of those fuckers. I was just talking about him. Speaking of the devil. Jesus! That...
Squad, get to cover. Which way? Squad, check in.
Nope. What keeps killing me is it you know what I think it is? It's the charges on the walls.
Contact! He took out the heavy. Team, take cover. Where? Move it out!
Nope. What am I doing wrong? I think I need to use the time slow more.
It's over there. Watch it. Our heavy armor is down.
Oh shit.
Grenade out! Covering fire! Get down!
Fuck! Oh, there was a good gun in there too.
Get to cover. Recon. He took out the heavy. Hold up. Affirmative. You're exposed. Man down.
Ooh, baby. That did the job. Here we go. This is what I wanted earlier. There's no reason not to drop weapons either, because that's the only way you get ammo. It's picking up a whole new gun. Is everybody dead? It looks that way. Oh, was I supposed to run? Was I not running? Disconnected. What do you mean? What do you mean disconnected from server? No. Not that far back. I was running as fast as it lets you run. Looks like you have to go this way. But if I do, there we go. Please don't crash. Please don't crash. Please. Out of memory. It crashed. Motherfucker! This game sure likes to crash. I'm starting to dredge up old memories of reviews around the time this came out. Complaining about the same thing. One of these times we're going to get lucky, though. Please don't crash. Disconnect. Nope, it crashed. It either disconnects from server, which there is no server, it's a single player game. Or the fact that it jumps into a, I don't want to say cutscene, but you can see your body and you're flying backwards suggests to me that's supposed to be a loading point for the next part of the level. It has to be the right way to go. Nope, it doesn't want to do it. I guess we're done with the pure extraction point. I guess you canonically die there. See what we have here. Maybe this will work this time. It does not. Nothing wants to work tonight. Shit, I'm hungry. I feel increasingly concerned that by force feeding myself a never-ending supply of what I love the most, the foods I love, the experiences I love, the games I love, that I'm just desensitizing myself and I won't enjoy them as much, and I'll destroy what I love the most in life. What's the solution if not to broaden my horizons? I see some of these guys who made a life out of travel blogging, and I'm so fucking jelly. I wish I knew how they did that. That's true. It's an shitification when stockholders, shareholders push the owners to maximize profits and for the profits to continue increasing forever. I guess if there's no other choice, we could always go back to Forever Sky. This one looks good. We'll install some of these in the background when we play Forever Sky. This appears to be a lunar train simulator. Or something similar. It's hard to say. Mine can't go up forever. It just ruins everything, and if you just... You can't get blood from a stone, though. Come on. You can do it, I believe in you. Oh, fair enough. It's like YouTube, where everything has to be at least 15 minutes. I more often than not turn off ads on my YouTube videos because I don't have enough followers to make it worth it. I don't want to annoy anyone. Nope, this didn't work. Here we go. What's good, Filthy Weeb? We run into a wall in Fear Extraction Point where it just crashes whenever I try to get past a certain point. Maybe that's the extraction point. Extracting me from the game. So we're downloading some indie horror. We're also having a long conversation about how much it actually sucked to live on Mars. It would not be cool to live on Mars beyond the first week. It's a nice place to vacation. Not a good place to live. Especially not to raise families. Come on. I believe in you. You can do it. What's a good AI for code? GPT, presumably. I want to say Grok, maybe? There we go. Taking a sweet... Maybe I could take this opportunity to show you guys the O'Neill cylinder difference. If VR chat will work. I'll use non-VR mode for this. Here we go. Let me sign in using my secret sign-in data first. Come on. Let's see this Quickville. Nobody made Quickville. How is it? How many years has it been? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 years VR chats existed and no Quickville. I know that. I did that on purpose, Short Doc. Here we go. Look at this. Look at how much nicer this is. Even under the largest dome, and you ain't getting domes. You think you're getting domes? Elon never explicitly promised domes. There's a reason for that. It's really, really fucking hard to manufacture large contiguous pieces of glass or acrylic on another planet. Even on Earth. That's to say nothing of the difficulty of making them fucking airtight. You're not getting domes on Mars. You're getting little rooms. You're getting tin cans with windows. If you ignore the cylinder, just look at what's directly in front of you. It's not any different than being on Earth. It's pretty much the same as being on Earth. You have flat ground under your feet, subjectively flat to you according to your local frame of reference. Let's drive this car. I'm a little too tall for it. There would never be roads in an O'Neill cylinder because they're a waste of space, and this is the most expensive real estate per square inch, or square foot, I guess, like conceivable. There is no possible real estate that is more expensive than an O'Neill cylinder interior surface area. So you would not have cars. You would have trains, and that would be it. And the trains would probably be under the ground, which is to say inside of the... Let me go the other way. Inside of the hull. By underground, you mean in the hull, and that's also where probably the housing would be, unless there were some vanity buildings. The only stuff that would be inside of here is what people would actually want to see. This would be their natural space. I guess homes could have skylights, or could maybe have upper floors that are above the hull, but most of the structures would be inside the hull. Simply because of the precious nature of the interior surface area. You would want as much of it natural as possible, and you'd want as much diversity of structures, of like natural landforms and features as possible. When I first rezzed into this world, I didn't believe what I was seeing. I thought, oh, that's cute. They made a skybox that looks like the rest of an O'Neill cylinder, but I bet if I walk far enough in one direction, there'll be an invisible wall. Then I got in the car and started driving, and I still don't understand how this is possible. I've seen much smaller worlds than this have fog or like have pop-in. I don't. I like this is contrary to my knowledge of the limitations of Unity. It shouldn't be able to render something this large. And up close, everything's still decent quality. It's like Dreamcast quality. Up close to your person or vehicle. Let's go and see what the apartments look like. Eventually we're going to go to one of the lakes. One of the interesting attributes of these cylinders is you have to precisely balance the distribution of mass. Like in order to have a lake at one end of the cylinder, you have to have a lake at the other end of the cylinder that's at the opposite side. Because otherwise it introduces it like wobbles, and that stresses the entire structure. And at this scale, even steel, even titanium would be much more fragile. It's like a soap bubble. It's proportionally like the thickness of a Pepsi can. Or less. Kind of like airliners. Airliners are a good example of that. They fucking disintegrate in crashes because they're so thin because they have to be lightweight. Isn't this nicer than living in a bunch of rooms and tunnels? Even if the views outside on Mars would be really stunning. Like, I got over the wow Buck Rogers stage of my infatuation with space when I was like 12 or 15. Most of the cool stuff in Star Wars is not because it takes place in space. It's because of the aliens and laser guns and shit. Space actually mostly sucks. Probably in the near term, we'll be much more technologically capable of building a couple of rooms on Mars than we would be building something like this. This all but requires self-replicating asteroid mining robots to be feasible. And self-replicating construction robots. To build something this large. You kind of can't dream of building this until you're post-scarcity. So the train is rideable, but there are also smaller little mini trains that traverse the structural ribs that you cannot ride. And I say boo to that. I say boo. That's not as good as it could have been. Anything you can see, you can go to. There's not much point to going to it because, of course, it repeats. I guess those are the housing developments. Oh, there's one of the mini trains. Let's respawn back at the start. Here's the cylinder that we're in. Here's the map. Look at how much space is taken up by a city. Why would you want to go to space to live in a city? Isn't this much uglier than it would be to have, like, even suburbs would be better because you could have trees and shit. There's no good reason why in the future in space you would need to have an office building because you wouldn't have any work for office workers to do. By this stage, everything is done by AI and robots, so there's no need for workplaces. This is just transplanting 20th and 21st century architecture into a 25th century structure, in the same way that Jules Verne imagined airships as being the ships that he was familiar with, but combined with blimps. Here we are by the lake. Can you imagine watching people sail on the lake? Especially if it was above you. Can you imagine watching boats sail above you on a O'Neill cylinder lake? Even just seeing the water curve. would I think break the brains of flat earthers too. And never going to be no flat earthers in an O'Neill cylinder because you can see the curve. It's like a little visitor center. So aspects of this are products of modern thinking, not futuristic. Especially having the farms inside here too. Most O'Neill cylinder concepts have separate rings for farming to isolate them, so that if anything goes wrong with one ring, you don't lose your whole food supply and have people starve. Also, so that you can more easily harvest sunlight without sacrificing other stuff that you want. Oh, over there is another train. Let's actually get on one of the trains. Look at the scenery though. Look at how beautiful. Imagine every day would be a miracle living in an O'Neill cylinder. You'd still be a little bit constrained if you're someone who likes to travel a lot, like me during the summer, since I live in a wonderland of natural beauty. I like to visit all sorts of different lakes. You might feel a little bit of cabin fever because there's only like 2 lakes you can go to. This is enough. This is enough simulated nature. There's plenty of hiking space. If ever it snowed, you'd have room to ski. It's not as luxurious as living on a nice part of Earth, but it's much, much better than living on fucking Mars, if you really think about it and really imagine what the logistics would be and what day-to-day life would be like. I feel sorry for anyone whose dream it is to live on Mars, who goes there and realizes too late what they have condemned themselves to. Then again, we're probably the better part of 1,000 years away from building one of these. Like, probably not a full 1,000 years, but probably several hundred years. These are at Lagrange points. You know what a Lagrange point is? Klutzklang. It's there's only, I think, there's something like 7 points in the solar system where the gravitational forces of nearby bodies are exactly balanced out, such that you could put a large structure like this and not have to constantly expend fuel to keep it where it is. It's like a gravitationally stable, benign orbit. Look at how large these fucking sidewalks are. What an absurdity. Look at this waste of space. Then again, you have so much space. I guess the point of this is to live somewhere where you don't have to be cramped up like sardines in a sardine can. It is a cool JRPG. It had the Yamaha sound chip. Which I think was a separate add-on that was built into the Famicom disk system in Japan. They put it in the cartridge for Lagrange point. I know there was a chip you had to buy for Master System to get the improved sound. Whoever made this is a fucking Unity god. This is the level designer I wanted to be. But I stopped at like Half-Life. Because I got frustrated with the geometry limits. That's apparently not a problem anymore. That's not a problem. That's not a problem now. Here we go. There's also some bullshit teleporter trick. Because we noticed some strangeness on the train of standing in different cars and watching people versus inside versus outside. So some kind of engine manipulation takes place to make the train work. Yeah, this kind of hurts. This kind of hurts environmentalist arguments, doesn't it? Because if you can just manufacture Earth like living space, you really don't need planets anymore. Although I guess O'Neill cylinders don't last forever. Virtually wear and tear means you have to evacuate them, or if they can't be repaired. That does make it the definitive version. That is a waste of energy, by the way. If you're willing to lose 1/3, or actually half, I'm bad at math, sorry. If you're willing to lose 50% of the interior volume to windows, you can just use natural sunlight. But again, the difficulty of fabricating transparent materials on that scale in space means that we might have to just bite the bullet and run a fusion reactor, or have a large solar array outside. You would need very bright lights, because it also needs to be heated. You also need heat. You don't just need light. Otherwise, this whole place freezes and everybody dies. And get back in. I'm gonna go further. Weird stuff happens as you get towards the end, because the ground slopes upwards, but the gravity keeps pushing outward, perpendicular to the axle. So gravity would start to work in a way that you've never experienced it before. Actually, maybe not. It might be like just climbing up the side of a mountain. But it wouldn't follow the contours of the soil. That'd be a difficulty too, manufacturing soil. Probably wouldn't be very nice for a long time, because natural processes have to work on soil to decompose it. Also, as you go up towards the center, gravity disappears. So you would have some very confused birds. Or maybe they would learn. They would adapt to utilize the low gravity zone to save energy, like flippity flapping their wings, and they could just stop flapping to coast right on through after building up speed. Humans could do that too. That'd probably be a popular recreation activity with a tether, so that they don't get so far away from the center that they start to fall. You could absolutely, like, imagine a tourism outfit that takes people up a elevator to the central axle, and then lets you between the lights, because the lights would be blistering hot. They'd be proportionally as hot as sunlight at that altitude, unless they resistively heat the ground or something. But anyways, you would exit like a door in the central axle, and suddenly you'd be in microgravity. Look at the clouds. You only get clouds beyond a certain diameter. Maybe that ring there is a lesser gravity living space for people accustomed to like lunar gravity or something, because you could have that. There'd be so many things that are different from your day-to-day experience, though, like having shit up in the sky that is solid, that you could go up there, having a permanent sky object. You can see trains moving along, and you can see people floating around above your head, like angels in a cartoon. They make some weird choices with the farming, though. There are places where the farming is multi-level. It's like, if you're going to bother to do that, you should have just a separate... Look at this N64 texture. If you're going to bother to do oh, they didn't do it here. There's some sections where the farming is multi-layer. I guess that makes sense for making the best use of internal volume, but again, you would want that in a separate ring. Let's go to this guy's other... Here's one of his other maps. This one is an interplanetary cruise ship, basically. This is like a space space liner for people who have money to not be in microgravity while they travel. Here it is from outside. That is actually the entire map to scale. We go inside of that, and it has working spin gravity. So there's the engine that propels it. It's basically just a big mobile space station that keeps people happy and in better health as they travel the long distances between, say, Earth and Mars, because that would be multiple year travel journey. And there are different sections of the ring. This is the one we're in right now that has a smaller diameter, which is why we can see such severe curvature. Here's the ring proper. Again, elevators go up towards the center of rotation or down towards the outer limits of the rotation. This is more like it. This has a subway built into the structure. You could just cover this area though, and you'd have more ground usable if you didn't have to see the train. It's a nice little path though. It gives you a place to walk. It gives you a place to ride an electric bicycle if you want to, or a regular bicycle to get some exercise. Here's your cruise ship style cabins. Here's your electroluminescent panels to simulate a sky. Still better than a Mars base. I gave a lot of thought to this when I was younger, of what would actually be tolerable, not to visit, but to live for the entire rest of your life. Even this would be better. Just seeing the same people every day. Even though this is not meant to be a permanent space colony, this is meant to be a vehicle. Which is why they don't have anywhere to grow food. But they do have like schools and shopping centers and shit, so your life isn't interrupted for multiple years while you travel. Gotta fucking shop when you're in space, if you're bougie. Let's ride the train. Again, this is pretty, the glass, but that's wasted space. You could just cover that and have a longer path. You could have almost continuous path. Frankly, that's gonna be the best we can do. Probably we might not see it in our lifetimes, but we will see lunar industrialization, which is an absolutely crucial first step. I talked about this a lot on stream. It's not sexy, because nobody can. It's not a home for humanity. You're not going to get pregnant women to sit in a centrifuge for 9 months so their baby doesn't come out deformed. It's not a place to raise families. It's a place to work. It's a place to mine metals and extract hydrogen and oxygen and things from regolith. It's a shipyard. It's a refinery. It's a manufactorium. The important thing, though, is that if we can get mining and manufacturing running on the moon, we no longer have to launch everything we want to send to space from within Earth's burdensomely powerful gravity well. The cheapest way to launch shit to space is to start already in space, if that makes sense. A microgravity shipyard on the moon, which makes space station modules and which makes big spaceships on the moon from lunar materials, would reduce the cost of habitable shirt sleeves volume in space by like a factor of 1,000, if not more. It would be drastically cheaper. Oh, here's the section that's at nighttime. You have alternating day and night cycles. Can I go through here? I'm gonna do an EVA. This is a minimum radius where you don't get sick. We'd be lucky to see something this radius built in orbit in our lifetime. It's amazing how what's amazing changes generation to generation. Like aircraft used to be amazing. Little kids used to fantasize about like being air pirates. Captain Nemo, his submarine used to be what was amazing. Okay, now we can do an EVA. It's an airlock. This would be another thing tourists do like once or twice during their trip. There's a pathway, a handrail. This isn't a different map. We didn't get teleported. Well, we did, but there's the entire interior. This is all one big map. You could also ride a bicycle down this and vacuum. If you could find a flexible enough spacesuit. But because it's along the internal diameter of the torus, you still get spin gravity to hold you to the walkway. You wouldn't want to do a lot of this because of radiation exposure. Be a cool place to hold races. Imagine orbital NASCAR. Actually, don't. Forget I said that. It'd be the real life Rainbow Road. Fuel tanks. There's the smaller ring that we were in before, I believe. Or we're in that. No, we're in this drum. I don't know if it's possible to get to there. Fucking cool shit to play. Like when I found this was on VR chat, like I was like, holy god, good goddamn guacamole, holy guacamole. The existence of VR chat is now vindicated, and it is now redeemed from all the furry activity that goes on there. I feel like when you're a kid, you imagine if you were to go to space, you'd just be dancing and screaming all the time. Like, holy fucking shit, I'm in space. Ah, this is amazing. Space, like Space Corps. That's Reddit. Like anything else, like that's what kids of the 1920s thought riding on an airliner would be like. They thought it would just be constant magical amazement. It's not, because we're used to it. Once you're used to air travel, the magic has gone out of it. The same will be true of space. There will be children in the future who take trips through space on vehicles very much like this one with their rich-ass parents who are bored the whole time and they just want video games. Whatever their equivalent is. Just like, this is lame. I'm stuck in here for 3 years. Are you fucking kidding me? I want my Neuralink simulations. Human beings could take anything for granted. We're infinitely adaptable in that respect. Nothing stays amazing. And when you look at it without that shiny gleam of futurism, space is awful. This is a vacuum. It's a radiated vacuum. If you can help it, you don't want to be here. Space is like the highway. Nobody colonizes the highway. It's a medium for transport. Space is just what you travel through. And I guess put your destinations there if you have to create them, like in the case of O'Neill cylinders. Mars has somewhat of a stronger case if we do succeed in terraforming it. If that's actually a feasible thing to do, that represents a potential value to be realized of many, many quadrillions and quintillions of dollars, septillions of dollars. It's an entire planet. If the goal of terraforming could be realized within maybe 100 or 200 years, I mean, it'd have to be, because the families who invested would want at least their kids or grandkids to benefit from it. That's a whole planet, and that is a lot more space than an O'Neill cylinder. But that's the only point at which it becomes, I don't want to say habitable. Habitable is a sliding scale. It's not a binary. It's not either habitable or not. It's not just can you survive there. It's a question of human dignity. Is Martian living compatible with human dignity? I say no. You're stewing in other people's farts that are getting recirculated through the air system. You're just like a rat in a maze, living in tin cans and hallways. That's fine for like a science outpost, but I think I would kill myself if I was stuck there. I think probably more than one person will do that. What do you mean you see me? Are you in the map with me? Did you jump in and join? Anyway, that's my space rant for the evening. That's why when it becomes possible, if we won't be alive by that time. It's not a problem that even faces us. But if we were alive by that time, O'Neill cylinders are not that bad. They're not as good as a planet, but they're a very small step down from a planet. It's like living in a very small European country or a very small state, and for whatever reason not being able to leave it. You still have everything you need in your immediate area. Plenty of people live their whole lives without going further than 20 miles from their home. As long as you have like enough space. It's like designing a hamster habitat. You need a certain amount of square footage for them to not feel constrained into an enrichment. An O'Neill cylinder is, I think, sufficient room for human enrichment. That's my spiel for the evening. That's why I think forcing the creation of a colony on Mars is maybe an important early step to bootstrapping a space economy by having lots of people off-world. But I wouldn't want to be one of them. The luxury space habitats will be O'Neill cylinders of ever larger diameters. And they will have all the infrastructure underground, which is to say in the hull. Kiosk worker on the highway selling New Year's decorations. Rare visitors. City of Light. Also spiritual. It would be so beautiful to live in an O'Neill, especially if it was one that had the windows, because you would be able to look out into space all the time, while also being on natural ground. Because you'd be able to take off your shoes and feel dirt and grass between your toes. You wouldn't feel like you always had a ceiling above your head, even though technically you do. I guess in Russia you would have one of these. This is nicely decorated. I like how everywhere they go they have to have one of these carpets. It's like the substrate upon which Russians grow. I can't fault them. It is a very cozy carpet. Though normally they hang them on the walls because I guess the gravity changes directions sometimes. It's cold, isn't it? Time for the garland for myself, I guess. What do you think I'm not supposed to do anymore? Things lit up for New Year. Even the TV in the corner is blinking like a holiday. Light is light bulb at the bus stop, and she's blinking as she's giving up. Little blue ones. They're the winter sky, clear without clouds. Only rarely you see this. Everything's somehow gray and low as if the sky had gone along with the rest. Interesting translation. Well, grandson will let me have it. All hanging on the corner of the house, so it won't be so sad. Is that what a garland is? He left money, it must be. I gotta go out there and get it. What a miserable existence. Russia or Mars, frankly. It's like the Frobisher Bay settlement. I don't know if you've ever seen that. Or if I ever talked about that on the stream. There were plans in 1958, I think, to build a giant cement dome surrounded by basically apartment towers on Frobisher Bay in the Arctic Circle. It's very, very far north Canada's near Nunavut. It's Nunavut or Iqaluit. I forget. It was. I think Iqaluit. It's basically like living on the moon, but with air. It's not survivable for humans. But they tried to make it survivable. Let me find some pictures. I don't know if I talked about this before. It lives rent free in my brain. I got some photos. Not photos, diagrams, kind of. This is a really low resolution picture. I can do better than that. Here it is. Here it is. I don't know if you can see that. Should be centered. Here it is now. It's where they're going to put it. People live there. Shockingly. I don't know why. That's one picture of it. You can see the big central dome, which would be their natural space, like a park. Let me search my drives. Here's a concept picture of the apartment buildings. Notice they have enclosed walkways to go to and from each other, so you never have to be exposed to the actual outside environment if you don't want to. Here's the dome in the lower right. You can see where that would have been, and it would have been survivable. Let me try to find a. I'm trying to find the concept picture of there's a like rotating restaurant inside the dome. They really did try to make it less miserable. It was basically a demonstration prestige project, a peacetime application of nuclear power. Because it would have needed nuclear power to work. You would never have sustained that settlement without nukes. Which turned out to be surprisingly difficult to operate in that environment. Winter Joy Candies. So Winter Joy Candy. Sitting if it was normal. Brother and I have been hanging around here somehow while he's still small and I dragging my feet, pulling as hard as I can. We didn't even reply, they just came and said you're going. I guess you got lucky. Sam will try. He just help understand what the rules are, he didn't remember himself. There we go. Get your fucking candies. It didn't look too bad in pictures, like the architecture was nice, but imagine growing up there. Imagine your only exposure to trees being under a cement dome. It wasn't transparent, by the way. It was not transparent, because that would have lost too much heat. It would have been an opaque dome with overhead lights. Stick that in your pipe and smoke it. Basically like Whittier. If you know Whittier, Alaska, it'd be like a nicer, higher budget version of Whittier powered by nuclear reactor. And also they could have studied small community dynamics for a future moon base. Would have been like the closest thing to living on the moon that you could do on Earth. Hypocrite that I am. Underwater habitats are actually even more volume constrained because of buoyancy. You just, it's really hard to make them tolerably large because the buoyancy scales non-linearly with the surface area because the volume does, and every cubic foot of trapped air is 64 pounds positively buoyant, which means you need at least twice that to securely emplace it on the ocean floor. Maybe not twice that, but like a good 100 pounds per cubic foot. This I found by the road next to your kiosk in the snow is probably yours. What does she have with her? Is there a dumpy? Can I duck? It's kind of a dumpy. This I found by the road next to your kiosk is probably yours. These things don't just get lost. You sell toys? Can I see the blue balls? You can see my blue balls. You say the city is warm and people smile. The city is probably a gulag. Tell me it's warm there. Everywhere I go it's only cold. Even this key in my half felt like ice. As well as letting me make a little steady light for me in the key hub fan. She found the key! She found the lost key. I should give her something for free. You know, I dread to think that future generations of children will regard it as a inexplicable supernatural talent to be able to make a picture, or to play music, or compose music, because they'll be so accustomed to AI doing everything, and we'll just get lazier and stupider. Maybe that's not the right word. I think we'll still have the capacity, but we'll lose our patience with everything because we'll be accustomed to being able to do everything instantly by AI. Like anybody who develops the smallest talent will be just amazing to everyone. Someone on like future hologram TikTok or whatever, like painting something. Oh, time to make a choice. Only 3 can leave. Why am I shooting? Why do I have a gun? Her quiet story and the best 3 decoration would last for gifts in the world. You decided who can enter the city of light. She'd not have the time to see this. I wanted her to see the light. I didn't know if I was choosing who dies. Let me try that again. I don't feel like that was a good ending. Only 3 people can go to the city of light. What does it mean? So the key opens the chest. Destiny's in your hands. Less than time left. So to leave the city of light. Only 3 will allowed to enter. Actions are your own strength. You're willing to step forward. Only 3 will be able to enter. I'd rather they go without me, frankly. Quotas to enter the city. Is this like a post-apocalyptic scenario where the Earth is frozen? Eternal darkness, salvation for a select few. Is this like the long dark? The trees aren't dead. It's very scant world building. It's very subtle. But apparently everyone wants to get to the cities where they have proper power supplies for heating. What, can I just not kill anyone? There we go. The work, it's cold, isn't it? Garland for myself. I like how I instinctively close it to conserve warm air when it's virtual. Whatever. The pixels are the same size. There's consistency between the assets. I appreciate that. Except here. So the picture is recognizable. Did you see the Twitter argument about incandescent bulbs versus LED lights? Like incandescent bulbs for some kind of important symbolic political football for conservatives, just because they don't want the government to be able to tell them not to do that, use those. But it's the dumbest hill in the world to die on, because LED bulbs are so vastly superior to incandescents, it's not even funny. If I ever am able to support a family somehow, my kids will grow up in the same emotional attachment to the clean, bright white light of LEDs that conservatives, fucking boomers, have to incandescents. Incandescents are just the worst technology unless you need an easy bake oven heating element. I guess I have to die so that they can realize their dreams. I don't want to kill a woman. I think she's going. So they have more of a point when it comes to gas ovens, just because the high cost of heating electrically right now. If only that was as efficient as LEDs are. I mean, technically it's 100% efficient. It's just inherently energy expensive to heat air. And gas is just that energy dense. This is very atmospheric. I can already tell this is memorable. I'll be keeping this one. Can I just not kill anyone? Can I please not kill anyone? It looks like I gotta kill somebody. It won't let me do pacifist route or sacrifice myself, which means I'm gonna try to choose an equivalent elderly man. One of the men looked older than the other. I mean, I should choose my equal, since people aren't interchangeable. Nobody's replaceable, but that's the best of a lot of bad options available to me right now. I apparently have to murder somebody. Maybe I can. Hold on. Maybe I can let them live. I can do pacifism. I'll be fine. I have my kiosk. Enjoy the city of light, you three. I'll just fucking rot in the outer darkness, which was always my destiny anyhow, as it's a reflection of the inner darkness. Crawling in my skin. Bus closed the door without waiting for your decision. The three passengers set off. At least they made it. Leaving you at the bus stop under the cold. You made a choice not to interfere, but in this world, inaction comes at a price. And Lights of the bus disappear in the night. You're left alone, surrounded by emptiness. No warmth, no hope, only an icy wind blowing away from the remains of time. That's what I want. I'm not playing again. That's a canonical ending. I want those lovely, beautiful people with the shiny, happy faces to get whatever their dreams desire, so to speak. Remember this. Catch 'em on. Frog. Oh, I didn't get to choose the one I wanted. Fuck you. Abort. Abort. There's probably like a video out there like that, like darkest Simpsons lore. Bort was named because his parents were discussing what to name the child, and his mother said she wanted to abort him, and abort equals one Bort. Come on. Am I being punished? I guess the cat would have been fine too. Hang on. Everything's frozen. Everything keeps freezing. Close that and try again. I may have to reboot my computer to make this work. I'm not doing that. I fucked up something. Alright, we're not playing that tonight, looks like. Oh, it's got the chill guy. Oh, it's one of these. Oh no. Russia, stop this. I can't read this. Fucking AI make this? This is awful. I played a couple of these that have like Shrek and memes and whatnot in them. Not bad looking water. I lost health by swimming. That's actually the opposite of how that works. Let me use my phone to translate. Light the stove, it says. There's two different lights. I get you. That's magic. Google Translate cameras is fucking magic. I guess Lens is what it's called. Once that's built into smart glasses, it'll be a much more legitimate reason to buy them. Oh, hey, what's this? To Sloboda, Shalushka Island, lands of the Wise Oak. As you will.
Да. Я сейчас на печке, и сейчас мы узнаем, бредит ли хоть докуда-то печка. Итак, давай поехали. Ребята, да я еду на печке по этим глубоким ямкам. Да как я что, Емеля? Как я доеду? Я что, Емеля? Емеля?
Yes, of course. Of course. Of course.
Как сухарик, что ли? Сухарик, Емеля, ё-моё. Реально.
I like how it's the same music. Oh, we have a spacesuit now, at least. I think the spacesuit is just a 3D model that they cut out as a JPEG. Russia, even though you're not being a very good geopolitical citizen right now, I love you. Just for being this way. An entire country of shit posters. How could you not be enchanted unless you're in Ukraine right now? In which case, understandable. Even in a shitty shitpost game, something about being on the moon is always kind of spooky and awe-inspiring to me. It's an ancient, unfathomable, cold, dead world. It's the same thing that makes Antarctica so mysterious to me. Oh, I have a weapon now. I don't know what any of that is. I didn't get any of that in time. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I'm afraid you arrived on the moon at the worst time. I won't let you in the base until you prove your shooting skills. Shooting range on the right. Alright, we have to pass the test on the right. Of the shooting range. Guess that's here. I need to be able to read that. Yes, try again. What am I shoot? What am I trying to hit? Ones that look like him? What do you mean I missed? What do you mean I missed? Pass. Pass, try again? What do you... Pass by, try again? Mistr. What are the criteria? You know, playing this, I understand how they were able to get to space before we did, but they never got to the moon. That's my impression of the Slavic character. Always smart, always thoughtful, always promising, but never quite living up to that promise. Like me, come to think of it. Maybe I'm the Russian. Anti-meme gun. Try that again. What is that sound, by the way? That's not a dog sound. I have to shoot the ones that look like him, right? Shoot only the specified foxes. What do you mean specified? Specified by what? What do you mean specified foxes? Oh, upper left, second corner. I'm stupid. I didn't look at the obvious thing. I'm the dummy here. I blame the entire country for my own misunderstanding. Was it MacArthur who said that I can't even repeat the quote. It's so problematic by modern standards. The Asiatic, the Russian Crazy Ivan is after all an Asiatic, and that's why he's inscrutable to Western minds. Was this model cheap on Turbo Squid or something? I have no idea what he said. You're not too bad. Okay, come in if you're not afraid. I'm in the bounding box again. Cool prefabs that you downloaded. Let me in. I'm too short. I'm a manlet. That's the worst hell of all. I feel like this demeans us all playing this. Babby. It's the alcohol, I think. It's like how Ireland would be a futuristic Wakandan paradise if it wasn't for discovering how to brew alcohol. And for Russia, it's just living somewhere so unbearably cold that everybody's depressed all the time and they can only tolerate it if they're drunk most of their lives. It's a funny idea, the anti-meme gun. I'm afraid you're going to the moon. Oh, no. It's making me do it again. I don't think so. Shitpost. Interest. It has a little hamster meme with the boba eyes and the horny plankton. Are they all like this? Yep. Everything he makes is like this. Well, let's just delete that and forget that ever happened, shall we? If this doesn't work. Did I play Sonic Rebel Blast 2 32X last time? We've done this one. We never figured out that one. We gave up on it. Or I gave up on it, I should say. Okay, I guess fucking back to... We have a bunch of new games, but I want to save these until I have... You know, actually, maybe we should play some of these this time. I have a horror game. With a big titty Asian chick. Can't be all bad. He said, inviting disaster. Or more of this, I guess. More of this.
Feel free to customize your performer.
We do it all for the booba, don't we, in the end? In the final analysis, most of what we accomplish in our lives is in pursuit of booba. Or symmetrical, full, perky, shapely, supple booba is indicative of genetic quality in the mate, and thus we're really being sexually driven to pursue a mother for our children. This controls way the fuck better with the Neo Geo pad. I did it all for the video. Is that sad or is that just the way that it is?
Some gems, you need 3 of them.
I like these fellas. that kills me? Since when does that kill me?
Oh, what the fart?
How do I do that then? Let's see, this kid bounce 3 times. Whatever complaints I might have about this style, this is what a modern 2D game is going to look like. It's at least, it's not aping anything. It's not trying to be like Super Nintendo. It doesn't have a pixel art style. Oh. It's a word is a hat. It's adorable. I love that.
Green and shiny, just like baby poop.
Say baby poop? What?
Oh my god! What was that? Ooh. I like mine with butter and jam.
Satisfying 2D gameplay is still kind of its own thing. It has a different feel and tickles different parts of the brain than satisfying 3D gameplay.
You're a lot of fun to watch, isn't it, guys?
It doesn't matter. Especially with the Super Nintendo's shaped bad.
That A plus is so close I can taste it, and it tastes good.
That's cool. That's good design. This is actually cool. I like this.
All right, another jam. How to resist the urge to knit a sweater? Cool. Let's jam. Yeah.
No! Well, then how do you do that? There's no mid or dash.
Really? Of all places, you guys there? Come on.
the helicopter hat. Where are you?
To the exit! Hold!
I got no complaints.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
It wouldn't be any nearly as special without Stamper, though, I'm gonna say.
I think you should customize this little guy with all your favorite stuff.
I might not be able to. It's gotta be an Xbox pad.
Feel free to customize your prisoner. Performer. Yes.
Let's try with the Xbox controller. This works.
I think you should customize this little guy with all your favorite stuff.
What's happening? Why am I red now? What have I done?
I would love to tell you where they put the gems, but I'm not gonna.
Okay, yeah. You need an analog trigger to climb. That's a shame, I was enjoying the other pad a lot.
You amuse us all with your amazing gem-finding abilities. You do. You truly do.
How does one get through there?
Goodness
Not that way.
gracious.
There you go. Lack of a fog of war makes it easier.
Up we go.
Oh, suboptimal.
Have that one?
Shit.
Your salvation lies in that tiny green package. Where's that last one?
Oh. What's this?
Some yarn, yay!
That was a bit tough. Or do I have to do the whole thing again? I do. I guess that's on me for not doing it at the start of the level. We're gonna have to backtrack to get the shit we missed, aren't we? Sorry about that.
Can't complain, can't complain. Never lose hope. I know I did.
Ah. Fucking knew it.
And then she was like, good job, you got the job. Anyways, so then she's like, I don't know.
Fuck!
Goodness gracious!
Those are handy. I gotta use those more.
Excellent! You got all the thingies!
Something's missing still. I feel like it's a better theme. The premise doesn't seem thought out.
You do know there's an A+, right?
It's still damn good. I don't mean to complain.
You're a fun to watch, isn't he, guys?
It's not doing anything. I can go well. My performance until now was an embarrassment. Oh.
Oh, noes!
Is that is that milk?
Don't miss that yarn, got it, good.
Yeah, baby.
Less than perfect, but better than failure.
Pretty good writing too. Usually funny. Not all of it, but mostly.
There's one.
Alright, I noticed I can obtain gems by pushing these blocks into them. Well now. There's a melee combat system in that fucking Mario. Oh, boats fall through it.
Why did you do that?
I don't know. Pre-meth stamper, I don't know. Don't judge me. You least of all are in a position to judge anyone.
You use these on the vending machines in the store, okay? Bye. Clean and shiny, just like baby boots. Oh my
titties.
goodness gracious!
I kind of want to just go watch some Stamper cartoons now. But that would make me sad. Like the Fairy Wish Princess. Fairy Wish Prince. Remind me of before he went nuts. He made poor choices. Fuck it.
You missed some things.
I'll come back if I need to.
Shall we find some sparkly gems?
He makes everything special. I just love Stampy. I love old Stampy. I hate meth. Viscerally. Even Fent isn't as bad. I mean, it kills you faster. It doesn't turn you to evil Sonic the Hedgehog before you die. Doesn't make you fast and cruel. I guess the redeeming quality is that it's debilitating. It's like Smash Bros. Every so often. Oh, let's kill you.
Gracious! Are you?
floats.
Green and shiny, just like baby boots.
Also repeats jokes. Fuck. It is getting harder to get all the shit.
You missed some things.
I see. It's fun. It controls well.
Ooh, looks like lunch is on you today. Going down. Got it. You got it. Okay.
No!
Game. Theater.
Fuck. Oh, no, don't push me.
Good try. Try gooder.
Good enough, good enough. Just continuing past the end usually gets it. How many per level are there?
You're on the right track now.
7. And this one. Fuck. I'll be back. can bounce on those. I can, I swear. See?
That's how you play. See? Do little things.
I'll put him down here.
Some yarn, yay! Don't die.
I'm trying. Nope, there's more. You know anything you have to do? Nope, nope, that's not what you do. You save the jetpack or you bring a block with you.
Here's the bee you earned.
It's just not as good. These bonus levels? What are these?
Just get the best time and shut up.
How to prevent bosses? Surprisingly, no. There was no penalty.
Oh, what the fart?
Still something to everyone. You go fast in some parts, you Mario platforming in other parts. Fuck! Shit, I'm a dick. But,
My goodness gracious!
I never learned. I can't do it. I don't know why. That's probably why.
Good job, you got
Ah, fuck!
I've got a sparkly crown here, looking for a tiny head to put it on.
Imagine making a career out of having a delightful voice. Oh, now I know.
Way to bite the bullet so far. You don't even complain about the prison food, which is shocking because that stuff tastes like doo-doo casserole with a side of butt salad. But best of all, your riveting performances have the theater bursting at the seams with excited patrons. And with all this extra cash you're raking in, the theater can afford some serious improvements and really start beefing up these horrifying shows of murdery death to appease the fickle crowd. So that's good. And what's the deal with Hattie? He just creepily looms around the theater all day. Look at him looming. It seems like he's been forcefully forced to manage this place. Well, it looks that way. He just sort of sits there. Just as productive as one can be. Yep, living life to the fullest. Whoa, slow down, buddy. Yes, sir, full of salt and pep. Full of pea and vinegar. Overflowing with youthful energy. Say something, Hattie. Cat got your tongue? Shut up. You know, people really seem to be a precious and rare commodity in this strange part of the world. Seems our little boat wreck was a delicious gift from the heaven gods, and these bizarre cats are taking full advantage of us. What cruel fate left them to roam the grounds of this scary old theater, desperately ruling these bleak premises with an iron paw? And just how long have they been orchestrating this sinister scheme? I mean, avert your eyes, children. Avert them! There's bony people skeletons everywhere. Scary, right? Now, I'm no genius, but I definitely know how long it takes for a body to decompose. So this must have been going on for at least... Oh, wait, scratch that thing I said. So do you possess the courage to soldier onward and uncover the mysterious mystery behind this grim world? Or will your hilarious death screams be drowned out by the sound of your own hilarious death screams? We shall see. We shall see. We shall see. You see? Oh, it smells like beef stew in here. It's making me sick and hungry at the same time.
No one man should be that funny. No! Oh. Well, this is a damn good game. I was wrong to doubt it.
Green and shiny, just like baby boots.
these. Oh, they have to be the same. Thought so. Already got that. Kids. I had everything, didn't I? There's a lot to keep track of. Having talked all this shit about Mars, I don't remember if I had it. It's probably the best we can hope for in our lifetimes. Probably not even that, so it's probably an important first step, because building an O'Neill cylinder is so far beyond building a Mars colony technologically. You may as well wish for dreams and ponies.
You know how to jump into things and collect them.
No.
Alright, another tab. Don't let those things zap you. It burns and it hurts a lot.
No! No! Oh no, he's on there. Nope. a lot of no's in this game.
Orange alert!
I try to catch them though. That's not all of them. It's whatever.
I bet you get an A if you do it again.
Really clever level design.
I don't know. Can you do it?
No, it's just not.
You're a fat lady.
Oh, they can't explode them. Ah!
All right, yarn.
No! You don't even barely have to touch the fucking spikes.
No, don't die. Where's that last one?
Good enough. I'll come back if I need them.
And what? It's an A. Good.
What's with the music? It's just monkey sounds. That sounds like something a racist Thanksgiving uncle would say. I didn't mean it like that.
Ouch.
These gacha machines.
Choose your favorite head face and weapon tool.
I like this one. I feel like if you want to be really edgy in 2024, you can't just be racist. That's kind of old hat. You're gonna have to invent a new slur for a group that nobody hates. At least nobody in America. Like Croatians.
Shall we find some
Those
sparkly
fucking
gems?
Zorglobs, or whatever you would call them.
Wouldn't it just suck lots of you exploding here? The elusive green jet.
You do superhero pose. So dynamic.
Up that thief! Just kidding.
Fuck better. I'm missing something back this way. I feel. Oh, you need the wings.
More!
Fuck, I wasted it. I forgot what I was doing with it.
Ah!
I'm all reaction times and no forethought. Spacism, you mean? There's already an accepted term for that. Don't run out, don't run out. Not a problem. Bitch titties! There was another Gemerald right there. Tomar's Gemerald.
Almost an A+. Almost.
I thought about writing a story about aliens settling Earth, where they were on a generation ship in a one-way trip and they didn't anticipate there being people here. But they can't go back. They don't have the resources to just colonize Mars or whatever. They just have to live on Earth, and we have to let them. And it's all about how we managed to win concessions from them by making them feel guilty and appealing to their desire to see in culture intolerant.
It's a ton of fun, trust me.
Some of them hate us, but the rich ones want to seem nice. there we go. We gotta use momentum. Then how do you get up there? Oh, I see. Excellent. Fuck. I can kick him back, I see.
Don't these have delicious fruity scent?
Oh, they eat the cats too. What is that thing anyway? Fuck! What do I do? I have 4 gems. Fuck it, it's getting hard. Take these. You're right about the fans. No! way. You gotta have... They can't possibly expect you to have the wings there, do they? You really can't touch any of it. Ah! There we go. That's how you do that. He's so fucking hype. Every time. It's infectious. I'm getting into the monkey rhythm. I'm becoming one of their people and feeling the jungle energies. No. He just violently vibrates and screams at the top of his lungs. That's what I do when I'm happy too. Yeah, this does feel like a full-price Flash game, but that's not the dirty word it used to be. Nowadays, it's a selling point. I'm okay with that. Everything that just happened is acceptable with me. Except for that. That wasn't okay. Neither was that. Oh, you think you're clever, do you? Because I don't think I'm clever. For the best. He just becomes a star if I duck. Can I get him to chase the thing? The artwork on the side. Yeah, I don't care. Would you rather die an exciting death even if it's painful? Something that people talk about. Is it better than dying in your sleep as an old man? Good enough. That's the American spirit is good enough. Also Evolution's design motto. Can I go in here now? I can. Time for another speed run. I can do it. Probably. That fire doesn't kill me, that's confusing. See? Really feels like that should kill me. Oh, bitch shitty. Fuck! Oh, why? What did I do to deserve this besides all of the wrongdoing? Good start, right? It's actually really catchy. This was by Newgrounds veterans, so we should expect nothing but the best. And again, they also made Pico's school shooting adventure. I don't know if best is the right word. That was the edgiest shit when I was like 12. What? What happened? Oh, I see. Should have gotten the top hat. I should have gotten the top hat. That wasn't it either. That wasn't it either. God damn it! Fuck! Ah! I'm going Super Saiyan. No! Fuck! We got 32 seconds left. Good enough. Good enough, bitches. I never quite get the crown, though. Alright, I'm famous.
You've really got the crowd eating from your delicate hands now. There's never a dull moment with you at the helm, except for maybe like twice. But I gotta hand it to you. You've got quite the unbreakable spirit. I mean, I'm not nearly as brave as you. If I was in your capably nimble shoes, I'd say to heck with Hattie and my friends. They'll be fine. And then I'd pack myself a nice bag lunch, show these cats my favorite finger, and then I'd make like horse turds and hit the trail. But I'm not you, and you're not horse turds. No, sirs. You are the very definition of the cat's PJs. And speaking of which, these cats are truly bizarre. Why are they here? I mean, I've got my theories. Perhaps they're aliens from another world. Maybe their genetic experiments gone awry. Or could it be that they were once normal kitties? Normal kitties who evolved into the strange, unpleasant creatures we see before us? These hideously adorable abominations with their beady eyeballs, giant, bloodthirsty, tiny mouth fangs, slashy paw claws, and stanky funk breath. Plus, they're awfully rude and crabby. I think they all need girlfriends or something. I'm a cat, see? I'm grouchy, see? I like to run around all day and hurt people's feelings, see? But don't take them lightly. Although sassy and lazy by nature, cats are awfully crafty, and finding a weak spot in that bright orange furry armor might prove difficulty. Minus the why. They're always watching, children. I see them lurking in the shadows. Lurking hard. Or hardly lurking, see? On that note, this whole theater's like a bad joke. But how did things get so bad? At one time, this theater was a nice place, with flowers in every vase and smiles on everyone's mouth. Faces. Can you believe it? I wouldn't believe it. I mean, if you told me that, I'd more than likely call you a liar and walk away. And, find some place to get ice cream to replenish the innocence you blackened with your filthy deceits. I like strawberry. Just keep your wits about you as you descend deeper into the belly of the beast. And perhaps you'll find a way to put an end to this madness.
It's a little bit also random. You gotta consider the target demo. I'm starting to suspect very heavily that the premise of this game was, like, if we were small enough, cats would probably torture us too. It has to do with mice and anything that around that size. And this is the realization of that premise. I guess it could be worse. So I guess the idea was this was a Wii game, and you were supposed to play it on the couch co-op with two people. If only I had IRL friends, or a TV, or a couch. I think we're done for tonight, though. I'm kind of bushed and burned out on that. It's very, very polished. very well made. I didn't remember caring over much for either Alien Hominid or Castle Crashers. Then again, I'm not really a fan of the beat 'em up or the. Well, the first one was supposed to be more like Metal Slug, wasn't it? I don't remember it being that way. A big part of my enjoyment of Metal Slug was the detailed sprite work, though. Which Alien Hominid was just like crayon doodles. Talented bunch of guys, though. I wish that Nightmare Cops got finished. I also wish that Hellbenders got greenlit, because there are still a couple of... I think there's like one pilot episode on YouTube of Hellbenders that would have been superb. And frankly, the Oni Plays crew deserves their own animated show, and Smiling Friends is not enough. Zach has a show, and I guess he involves his friends with it, on it. But Chris O'Neill really should have his own show as well. And as long as I'm making wishes, I wish for Stamper to quit drugs and clean up and repair the burned bridges with his old pals, so we can get the band back together. With that out of the way, get ready to raid. I don't know who we're raiding tonight. That's Short Talk's call. Could be a big titty goth Latina. A winning combo. Or it could be like some guy who has a Gimli beard playing Lord of the Rings or EverQuest. That's equally possible. I'm not making any promises. I'm actually making negative promises. I'm taking promises away. Let me see if... here we go.